if you're on the call or on the live. Hi, Bunny. Thank you for joining. Thank you, Lori. Thank you for joining, Bunny. It's good to see you on here. I don't know that anyone else will be joining. Rebecca usually does, but they're at the beach. And they're going to be celebrating her birthday tomorrow. She's with her family, and I'm so happy for them that they could all go. So I'm going to start because I don't want to keep you forever. So we're going to be making this card. This is using the branching out bundle. And I just love the dies that come with that, and I'll show you those in just a second here. But this is the card that we're going to make. And I used the Modern Christmas Designer Series, Specialty Designer Series paper. And it is got a lot of gold flecks in it. It's beautiful. So this is the card that we will be making. And we're using the branching out stamp set. And I use it's really quite a nice set. It's wishing you a day filled with many happy moments for birthday. To someone very special, sent with lots of love. Happy birthday wishes from our family to yours. Thinking of you brings joy to my heart. Hello and friend. And then these branches. And so this is a really cool set. And these are the dies. These are the branching out dies. So when I will be adding the measurements and putting them on my blog, etc. But I start with the largest die will be number 1, and then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 dies, and I'm using the first 3. So I will show you how I use those to make this card. It looks kind of complicated, but once you get it down, it's not at all. So anyway, this is the card we're making right here. Hi, Yvonne. How are you today? Thank you for joining. This is the card we're making, and we're using the branching out bundle. So we'll show you the measurements. Well, first of all, we have some gold foil that we cut the tree, and this tree was from the Pine Tree Pine Tree Christmas dies. And then I made the from our family to yours. I would have used gold embossing powder, but I can't find it. So once we get that, then I'll be set good. But I use white, which works just as well. So the card base is basic black, and it's cut 11 inches by 4 1/4, and it is scored at 5 1/2. And then we have a piece of basic white for the inside, 5 1/4 by 4 inches, and a piece of gold foil, which is for the front, 5 1/4 by 4 inches. And then we have the piece, well, I should turn that over because I used the stars. So this piece down here, which is inset, is the Modern Christmas Designer Series paper, and I use this side with the stars, and that is cut 4 3/4 by 3 1/4, and I cut it with die number 2. So when I talk about die number 2, these are the dies, branching out dies, and this is number 1. The biggest one's number 1, then 2, down to 6. So I use number 2 to cut this piece. And it has to be cut, otherwise you'll see the corners. So I cut that with that one. And then I used the black, basic black, 5 inches by 3 3/4, and it's cut with die number 1 and die number 3. So die number 1 and die number 3. So what you do is you put these two together, or you can do it separately too, but you can do it all at one time. I'll take that off, and you just line these up. And I find I have to stand up because my eye is wrong if I don't stand up and get it. And then you'll put that inside there, and then that cuts out that the center. And then the last piece is the gold foil, and I used, it's 4 3/4 by 3 1/4, and again I'll have the measurements below after. And it's cut with die number 2, so die number 2 and die number 3. So you cut this with this, and then you put that there, and then you've got the small frame. So that's the way that's done. And it took me a little while to figure that all out, but once you got it down, it's really easy. So we'll get started. We'll start with adding the basic white in the inside of the card, and I used Warmest Winter Wishes from the Delicate Pine set. So Warmest Winter Wishes. Try to say that fast. So we're going to put that on the inside, and that will go right in here. And then the gold foil, get all these little pieces out of the way. The gold foil will go on the front, so we'll do that first. And once you get this down, it's really easy, but hopefully you'll see how the reason behind everything very soon. So then the next piece that goes down is the this is the Modern Christmas Specialty Designer Series paper, and cut with die number 2, and that will go flat here. So I'm going to add seal to this one and line it up and center it as best I can. Again, I kind of have a hard time when I'm not standing up over it, but that goes right there. So now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to adhere the gold foil to the piece of black. And I like to use my silicone sheet for this. Keeps my work area from having glue on. And I have to use the little glue, the Tombow glue. And so I'm just gonna add some around. And it doesn't need to be a lot, just kind of dots of it so that it's not too it doesn't, I noticed this has air in it, and I keep getting bubbles. It's like blowing bubble gum or something. So then I'm going to add some more over here. You have to be really careful that they don't get too much. But you can just wipe it up with a Kleenex or even a baby wipe. So I'm just going to line that up there. Make sure that's down. Now you can see I've got a little bit of glue there, not too much. So I'm going to just take a baby wipe and just kind of get that extra glue off so it's not sticking to anything else. There. Now, get rid of that. So now this, I'm going to pop it up, and I'm going to use my adhesive long sheets. So I'm going to turn this on the back, and I'm going to use these long sheets of adhesive that's like dimensionals except in long pieces. So, and I hate to waste any, so I'm going to cut it and add little pieces here and there so that it'll stick down. So now I'm going to turn this and add some pieces over here. This is the longest part, the hardest part of the whole thing. Is getting this all on there so that it'll stick down. And I like to make sure that I've got little pieces in the corners so that they don't it doesn't fall in the center. This week is rodeo week, and Pendleton is about between 16 and 17,000 people, and they want to keep it small so that, you know, the good old boys, they just don't allow a lot of building and a lot of big corporations coming in. But during this week, it could get up to 100,000. Can you imagine? I think we're going to stay home. From now, Wednesday, until Saturday, it'll just be teeming with people. So I'm taking all the little pieces off, and then we're going to put that on the front of the card. So now we've got it popped up, right there. There. Isn't that gorgeous? And I just love the way that it's popped up and the stars are recessed. And so I'm going to put the little tree here. And then I'm going to put from our family to yours. So this would make a great holiday card or any kind of card. From our family to yours. And there, that's the card. See, it didn't take me hardly any time. Of course, I pre-cut everything. But when I give you the directions, I will tell you which die to use. So if you're wanting to get this set, you'll have all the directions. So anyway, that's the card. And then as usual, I had to make a few more. And I will show you the other ones now that I've get things kind of out of the way. So this one is Warmest Winter Wishes as well. And I had to write them all down so I wouldn't forget, but I used the Delicate Pines bundle. So this is the Delicate Pines, and then there's dies to go with it. And I used the Elegant Pines Snowflakes Designer Series paper. And the interesting thing is this, all of these stamps from this set are made from pines. So the snowflakes are all made with pine needles. Isn't that cool? So I used this one and stamped it and cut it out and made the background, and then I used the Elegant Pine Snowflakes Designer Series paper for that one. This one, it was actually what got me started. This was, I received in a swap from Laura Milligan, and I just fell for it. It was so gorgeous, and that paper is just stunning. And it's called, this is the branching out, and it's called the Autumn Toile paper. And it has the deers, and then there's an autumn set that has dies that you can actually cut the deer out. And so I just love it. Wishing you a day filled with many happy moments. This is Happy Birthday Wishes. Isn't that gorgeous? And of course I had to make a Halloween one. So this is using the Spooky Sweet Designer Series paper and the Fright Night bundle with the Trick or Treat. And then I put Happy Halloween inside. So, and then here's another one. This is using the North Pole Delivery Designer Series paper and the Jolly Delivery stamp set and the branching out dies. And the North Pole Delivery has, it's an animal themed, and there's actually cutouts of the animals that you can pop them out and use. So I thought that was really cute. And very, you know, people with pets would just love that one. So here are the cards here's the one we made, and here's the extra ones. So I hope you enjoyed these. Thank you. Thank you, Bunny. Thank you, Yvonne. I think they're just so cute and fun to make. And again, I will have the directions down, measurements down under, and I will make a blog post this afternoon, which will give you directions, and I will tell you which dies I used to make this. And all of these I use the same cutout dies. So anyway, I hope you have a great day, and that you will be interested in ordering the branching out set, because it is very, this is the stamp set, and these are the dies, and these dies are going to be just classic. You're going to want to have those. So anyway, thank you very, very much for joining me. Thank you, Yvonne. I really appreciate it. I had fun doing this because I love using the new papers, and some of these papers are online. Some of them are in the new mini catalog. And by the way, if you didn't get your mini catalog, let me know, because I will send you one. Some of them I know didn't arrive, and that always happens. So just let me know, and I will get one in the mail to you. So have a great day. Thanks for joining.